Hey everyone, Ethan here. So, by now, many of you know that within a week, the Jungle movie will be finally premiering. And like many of you, I am really excited for this. And, of course, like with just about anything, you're already complaining. I'm already hearing the classics like, why did they have to change the animation? Or, I don't like the new voice actors. First off, shut the fuck up. Alright? You guys asked for this special. I mean, the fact that Nickelodeon is spending millions of dollars to produce this special that they did not have to do. Like, there was no reason for Nickelodeon to do this. But they're doing it because you guys all want your little and happy ending that you always wanted. So, be a little more gracious. Seriously. Korean animators worked their asses off trying to make this special for you. So the least you could do is be a little more gracious. Now, as far as my background with the special and all, I initially heard about this Jungle movie, I think around the mid to late 2000s. I think I found out about it from some website, and I think my initial reaction at the time was, a bit of disappointment, but, I moved on, a piece of media not being produced isn't the worst thing in the world. So, I accepted this reality that this special would very likely never be made, and that we would never get the ending to Hey Arnold that we wanted. I moved on. But a lot of you didn't. Nope, nothing stopped you from petitioning, phone calling, and mailing letters to Nickelodeon demanding that you get this special made. And it looks like that is what has happened. I mean, when I first saw this Hey Arnold Save the Jungle movie group, I figured, I don't see anything coming out of this that will, further the making of this special that was supposed to be made years ago. But eventually I started seeing, Bartlett. Why do I always get those two cartoon creators confused? Well, anyways, I was hearing Craig Bartlett, he was dealing with negotiations with Nickelodeon, and, I thought, oh my gosh, are they actually making this special? And eventually we got the press release that this special would be made, and, like many of you, I was really excited. I was really optimistic that this special would be as good as we hoped it would. And judging from all the trailers and all the commercials that we've had in the last few months, it seems to live up to that. So, basically, I'm excited as hell for this, and many of you are too. Don't let a few minor complaints from people that want everything to be perfect the way they want it get in the way of this. So, but now my concern for this special is whether or not the kids are gonna respond well to it. I mean, look, this movie is for the fans, but the fact that it is airing on Nickelodeon also means that the kid demographic will be very important, and it will determine whether or not a season 6 of Hey Arnold will be made. I pray to God that it won't. I would be totally happy with just this and nothing more. Okay, maybe you can do some shorts or some one-off specials, but I don't want a season 6, okay? Hey Arnold's fine the way it is. I want to be able to look back on it as a consistently good show throughout most of its run. But Anyway, back to my point on whether or not kids will respond well to this. Like, well, think back to when you were a kid. Like, when you were watching Hey Arnold when it was still on Nick. Like, I'm sure a lot of us liked the show. Like, we tolerated it. I mean, there was nothing about it that we certainly hated. I mean, I did not hate the show. I mean, you know, from the time growing up, it was a show that, you know, I'd watch from time to time. And, yeah, chances are, most of you probably got more excited when either Rugrats or SpongeBob came on rather than Hey Arnold. Well, I mean, look, it's not that, you know, many of us didn't like the show. I mean, you know, you see, you have to understand. Back then, Nicktoons came in two types. One, a Colaspy Cuspo show, or two, a Ren and Stimpy wannabe. And Hey Arnold did not fall into either of those categories. You know, it was more realistic. It was more simplistic. Like, it didn't have, like, the zany, wacky, fast-paced humor that you saw in a lot of other cartoons at the time, and certainly not in any cartoons you see today. And that's the thing. Kids today are more used to the more fast, wacky, you know, crazy cartoons that you see now. Like, there aren't any shows like Hey Arnold that are around today. I mean, if there are shows like Hey Arnold, like where they deal with, like, you know, relatable issues, or like, you know, have some deep emotional moments, then chances are they probably have a lot of fantasy elements to it. I mean, Hey Arnold was probably the most realistically portrayed Nicktoon that was ever created. You know. Or at least the most realistically portrayed that was the most entertaining. So, you know, I always felt that, you know, if a show like Hey Arnold were to come out today, then kids would just be bored because it's not like any of the cartoons they see now. And, you know, that's my concern. You know, I mean, look. The logical thing for Nickelodeon to do in this case is to air the show before the movie premieres. And when I mean logical, I mean don't do it at all. Which is why Nickelodeon has no plans to air Hey Arnold prior to the premiere of the Jungle movie. I believe they were supposed to air Hey Arnold the movie. Not sure why they picked that. I mean, it would be more logical to just air the journal. But that got pulled at the last minute and replaced with Megamind. So, look, I am very optimistic. I am hoping for the best, and I'm hoping that every one of you, and even every one of you, tunes in to the premiere of this special at 7 o'clock, 8 Central. As for me, I might have plans that night. Not too certain, but if that's the case, I'll just DVR it. But, yeah. Basically, what I'm saying is, stop complaining and enjoy the special. Alright? Thank you. That's all I gotta say. And, yeah, I'll see you around. Bye!